The power of 11 is awesome. Need I say more? Just look at the number. Its power derives from its architecture. 11 is the first number that cannot be counted on your fingers. It symbolizes birth, the leap to the beyond, the excess to generate meaning. It's the Kierkegaardian leap into the intangible, the transition of unity to multiplicity, series to complexity, likeness to unlikeness, joined to unjoined. Even more.
He's a philosopher. I'm an engineer. I deal with concrete things in the world where 11 is the central number. Let's get down to earth, to the field actually. How many people are on a soccer team? 11. How many people are on a football team? 11. Hockey team? 11. Cricket team? 11. How long's a rugby ball? 11 inches.
Now, Dr. Matrix Jr. here
Don't call me Junior, Dad. I'm Dr. Matrix II, next gen.
Okay. The etymology of this unique number derives from the Germanic compound einlif, meaning one left. 11, one left of one. The first numerical repetition. The polynumeral that's a mononumeral. The meaning-generating duple of the same embodies and illustrates the human ability to use the near to reach the far. The here and now to grasp the beyond. The at hand to reach the excess of multiple meanings in the identical. What's the best time to make a wish for the unattainable? 11-11 on 11-11-11, of course. In blackjack, an ace can be counted as either 1 or 11. Its parallel lines symbolize equality throughout both mathematics and history.
My dad can't put 1 and 1 together without making it complicated.
11 is the outpouring of fertility, the indication of inexhaustibility. Is it any coincidence that the 11th sign of the zodiac is the water pourer, whose symbol evokes parallel lines? 11 is the number of purity. It's the number of the 12 apostles, excluding, of course, the traitor Judas. Thus, Acts 12:14, then Peter stood up with the 11. The 11 apostles were the founders of the church. In Acts 2, the Holy Spirit came over the 11, and they began speaking in many languages. Yet according to verse 11, everyone present understood the apostles in their own languages. 11 is thus the number that can undo the curse described in Genesis 11. The curse of Babel, where God confused languages and divided peoples. It's the number that can make people from backgrounds and traditions whole again. What's the 11th commandment? It's your most recent, cleverest instruction. In the 12-step program, what's 11?
Hold on, Dad, you've been in a 12-step program?
No, not me, but I know people who have been in. And they say that 11 is the key step to breakthrough, the step of meditation and courage. What's the decisive moment? The what hour? 11. The 11th hour.
Speaking of 11, I guess, the number 11 is actually central to Canadian life. The $1 coin is a hendecagon with 11 sides. If you count the number of points on the maple leaf, there are 11. And even if you look at Canadian dollar bills, some magicians may have some floating around, all of the clocks point to the number 11. Why do you think Canadians are so nice? It's because they have this great affinity for the number 11.
Solothurn, the Swiss town, has recognized the magical significance of the number 11. It has 11 museums, chapels, and churches. It has 11 historical foundations and a clock with 11 hours on it. It took 11 years to build the cathedral, and the cathedral measures 6 by 11 meters. And their beer is called Ufi beer, or 11 ale. Their canton, to become part of Switzerland, their canton was the 11th.
Even music bespeaks the power of 11. Hold on, let me just play a clip for you. Is the music on? Should be on. The music playing right now is in 11/4. It's actually a tribute to the number 11, written by Gil Evans, or maybe his name's Gil Elevens. A bunch of other artists have written tributes to the number 11, including the Grateful Dead in their song The 11. Stravinsky's Rite of Spring had 11 repetitions of the same chord, and Jason Weebly was involved in 11 collaborative projects with friends, made 1,111 copies of each recording. He took a long break from performing, though, on November 11th, 2011. His record label, 11 Records.
K, The 11th letter is not just a letter, it's also an expression itself. Its longer form is OK, representing comfort and acceptance, that everything is going to be all right. In computing, the F11 key toggles full screen viewing. It's the number of openness, transparency, universality, clarity.
Dad, it's just a button. Again, let's get down to earth. In what group are the elements copper, silver, and gold, the historically most valuable elements in this world? What group are they in? The 11th. The number of space-time dimensions, according to M theory, is 11. Thus, 11 is the foundation of our very reality. The Earth even revolves around 11, as our sunspot cycle is 11 years, and the deepest spot in the Mariana Trench is 11 kilometers. A rocket has to travel over 11 kilometers per second to escape Earth's gravity. And you know what rocket had to travel definitely over 11 kilometers? Apollo 11, the first manned mission to the moon.
In mathematics, the number 11 is not a symbol, it's a code. It means 110 plus 1 unit. This sacred number embodies the generation of new meaning from sameness. It's the smallest positive integer requiring 3 syllables and the largest prime number with a single morpheme name. It's the 4th number that stays the same when flipped either across the horizontal or vertical axes. The first 3 are 0, 1, and 8. There are only 3 more between 11 and 100. It's the middle up-down reflective number.
11 raised to the nth power is actually the nth row of Pascal's triangle, as you can see here, in any base, actually. And every power of 11 is wrapped by an 11 because the number 11 is just so important, so there's a 1 on either side. 11 to the 11th contains 2 bodied 11s as well. There's a bunch of really fun things that you can do with the number of 11s involving a variety of different digits and sequences. Here's one of them. Another example is 11 represents palindromic equality. If you have digits A, B, and C, AB plus BA, ABBA, BAAB, and ABC, ABC are all multiples of 11. And there's an example right there. Reversing the digits of any number divisible by 11 will result in another number divisible by 11. In fact, as long as no 2 adjacent digits exceed 9, if you multiply a number by 11, flip the digits of the product, and then divide by 11 again, you get the reverse of the original number. So those are some interesting facts. Here are some other 11 actually interesting prime facts about the number 11. It's the smallest two-digit unidecimal number, smallest 2-digit prime number. A bunch of all of these facts, you can ask me about them later, but it's very hard and very tough to pronounce all of these things. But 11 is a very good prime. 11 of the 35 hexameters, I believe, can be folded to form cubes. And 11 of the 66 octiamons can be folded to form octahedra. Unfortunately, I didn't have the time to fold 66 octiamons to figure out which ones formed octahedra, so I couldn't display them for you. But it is also possible to cut a rectangle into an odd number of congruent non-rectangular polyominoes. 11 is actually the smallest such number in which that can be done, the only number that's prime and the only number that is not divisible by 3. And now, for one of the most famous comments on the number 11, I give you a clip from a great movie called Spinal Tap, if any of you have heard of it.
Special because if you can see, the numbers all go to 11. Look, right across the board. 11, 11,
and most of
11,
the amps go up to 10.
Exactly.
Does that mean it's louder? Is it any louder?
Well, it's 1 louder, isn't it? It's not 10. You see, most blokes are going to be playing at 10. You're on 10 here, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. You're on 10 on your guitar. Where can you go from there? Where?
I don't know.
Nowhere, exactly. What we do is if we need that extra push over the cliff, you know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly. 1 louder.
Why don't you just make 10 louder and make 10 be the top number and make that a little louder?
These go to 11.
Anyways, why stop at 10? Go to 11. Thank you.